Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of What Are You? This is season 4. God
Dang.
damn. Season 4, episode 1. Aja, how you doing?
I am tired. Tired with a side of stressed. How about you, Ray? How are you doing?
The good dish. This is tired with a side of stress. You know what I mean? I'm doing all
Just a
right. I'm
sprinkle
doing
of
all
salt.
right. Yeah. Um,
Seasoned with all of the salt.
I'm doing all right, all things considered. Like just living. Um, definitely doing my best to keep 6 feet away from people, social distance, wearing the mask, all that. Yeah,
Please wear your masks. Please.
please wear your mask.
Mask up, y'all. Come on.
Yes. Um, but for those who haven't listened to us before, I'll let Aja do her introduction real quick.
Okay. Yeah. Hello. My name is Aja Mejia. I'm mixed, obvi. That is if you're watching the video. If you're just hearing my voice, and it's probably hard to tell. But hello. Hi. I'm Aja. I'm mixed. Um, I'm a student here at CU Denver. Well, we're currently in my house, but I'm a student at CU Denver. I'm studying international studies with a focus in international business on a global scale. And then I'm thinking about picking up a minor in ethnic studies. Whoop, whoop.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah. Also, my connection to MBSA is I'm the president of the Multiracial Biracial Student Alliance, which does this podcast. So
There you go.
that is me. I don't know what else I should mention about myself.
No, I
I
think
think
that's
that pretty
good.
much covers it. All right. Ray, who are you?
What's going on, everybody? My name is Ray. Ray for short. Um, I am a graduate student in the couples and family track counseling program. Hopefully to help males of color interact with their feelings and do all the things. Future goals, that's just who I am. I'm also the graduate assistant for the Peer Advocate Leadership Program, and I'm also the VP for the MBSA organization, who's also doing the podcast. Also, I would like to reintroduce Terry, our tech queen, as she is. She's going to be behind the scenes of the podcast, but you can see her box right then and there. Hello, Terry. How you doing?
Hi, how are you, everyone?
Hello.
Hi, Terry.
Back and pleasure to have Aja a part of the team.
Thank you very
And
much.
I just want everyone out there to know, if you are listening, you obviously can see this screen. So I want you to follow all of our channels.
Yes.
You will be entertained. I can guarantee that. And if not, give us some feedback. We'd appreciate it. Follow, subscribe, comment, engage, tell your moms, tell your dads, tell your friends, your family, all of that good stuff. But in the meantime, I'll be in the background, and I hope everyone enjoys the podcast.
There you go. So for those who are listening right now, and this is your first episode, you're like, oh, what is this dang podcast? Like, I don't even know. Basically, it's a podcast of us discussing real world and real university issues that we as mixed identity, mixed ethnic, mixed racial individuals face in a world that has this dichotomous view on race of how you're supposed to be one versus the other and this and that. So we talk about a lot of different topics, talk about hair, talk about politics, talk about relationships, talk about parents. So we talk about as much as we can. If you guys have any topics that you'd want us to talk about, please let us know by following all of the social media accounts / emailing us at whatareyou.gmail.com. Easy enough. But yeah, Aja, did I miss anything?
I don't think so. I did want to mention our Instagram. You should absolutely go follow that because we do Mix Mondays where we do celebrity profiles of, who's mixed. And then on Thursdays, we have Action Thursdays where we tell you to go sign a petition or something that's going on with the world. We featured Lavina Johnson last week, so I won't reveal who's going this week, but we got something for y'all to do since y'all are about it. So I'm just saying. Pull up. I did want to talk about summer, though. It feels like, where was summer? Summer didn't happen. I was stuck in my house for most of the time. To be quite honest, I have re-indulged in my quote-unquote fangirl tendencies, I guess you could say. I started watching anime again, which I finally understand why Naruto has so much hype behind it. Just saying.
Finally, you know.
I know. I'm so late to the party. I apologize. Lots of good music got released this summer, though. Artists have been really able to get into the groove and release some good stuff. I did add a lot of things to my playlist.
There you go.
Let's see, other highlights this summer. I did get a $10,000 scholarship, so that's incredible. Thank you.
Yo, give it up. Go ahead.
Thank you. Let's see. Other than that, I would say it's been good to reconnect with the introvert, because I have been an extrovert with a side of extrovert this entire past year. So to be able to take a quote unquote break and only taking 14 credits was amazing versus 17. 14 is like, wow, okay. Might want to add a couple jobs there, but no, I took some time to myself and that was good. What about you?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, definitely take time for yourself, everybody.
Please do. Don't be like me.
Exactly.
Wow, hurtful.
No.
Okay.
My summer 2020 has been pretty chill. I've just been working. Like, it really flew by to the point where I was like, oh wow, we're in August. Oh wow, okay. Definitely, like, the music has been, definitely helpful, companion tool that I've used throughout the summer. Definitely listen to Drake, Megan Thee Stallion, all the classics. All the classics I got are on the radio right now. It's pretty hype. I did one camping trip and one hiking trip this entire summer. I wish I had done more, but obviously I wanted to keep myself safe. And obviously, right after the hiking and camping trip, I went straight to the Pepsi Center to get my COVID test just to make sure, everything was all right and, negativo, which it is. So I'm good to go. The trends that have been happening, definitely have been part of, the movement during the summer.
Yes.
Definitely have tried my best to, take action and do all the things, which, definitely there are more ways you can do that just by sitting at home, calling your representatives, doing all the stuff, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, just like doing all the things. Like, hopefully I can do more in 2021. Crossing my fingers that I do. And then this is the mark of my last year of grad school. So super excited for that. This is the last semester of actual classes before I hit up practicum and internship. So that's going to be a doozy, but we going to do it. So I'm really excited about that. Thierry, what happened to you during the summer? I want to hear about it.
I'm only participating because we don't have a guest today. Summer was okay. I guess I can't complain too much, but I'm just happy to be healthy, and for the most part, people around me are healthy. And I guess the biggest thing that really happened during the summer was, just like Aja, like, I really had to get in tune with my introverted self. And I'm like, oh, I have time to process traumas. I have time.
Yo,
For new things, but also, like, gaining the tools that I need for my mental health. I mean, obviously, the entire world was going through this, but I think when anyone has an opportunity to just really, really get in touch with yourself and, like, develop that toolbox for your mental health, like, quarantine was the time to do that. whether you were doing it simultaneously, whether you were just learning through trial and error, whatever it was, like, it was the time to do that. So, I mean, just like Ray, I did get a little chance to go to the outdoors and got tested a couple times just because I did have some interaction with people, even though we were social distancing. It was not too shabby, I'll say that. Definitely wasn't the January, summer 2020 vision that I had for myself in January. But definitely a summer I will never forget.
That's for
It's gonna
that's for
be hard
sure,
to
yo.
forget.
Like that's for sure, Terry. Oh my goodness.
I missed that
Um,
hot girl summer, but I still got a summer I'll never forget. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. That was my mentality.
But with that, as summer comes to an end, obviously everyone knows that they're already into school. So we hope that the first 2 weeks of school have been pretty good for all the CU Denver people. But I just wanted to have this conversation of like going back to school, which is our main topic of today, or just going back to a brand new school. Because even though we're all going back to another year at CU Denver, this is obviously a different environment and different mentality. So we just got to roll with it. So I guess I will be talking about the benefits of online and remote classes.
Cool.
And then
I'll talk
Aja
about
will
the
be,
cons.
there you go. So, all right. First benefit / pro for online and remote classes. Class presentations are way easier now. Like now you don't even have to go up to the class and like, do a presentation with a group and like have your hands shaking as you're like reading through the papers. No, you're just chilling at home. You're chilling in your bed. You know what I mean? You're like lying down, just being like flipping through your PowerPoint presentation. All those like jitters of like public speaking are out the window. Perfect time. Another like positive is that you can finally be comfortable with your professor, because 9 times out of 10 your professor probably doesn't know how to work Zoom better than you. Most likely they are probably on the same level field of working with Zoom, if not a lower level field of working with Zoom. So be confident. Like if they don't know something, just be like, hey, I know how to work this Zoom, so if I can get some extra credit points, I could, I can hang it up. You know what I mean? Like, so definitely like, be patient with your professors. I know there are some professors that are like, they never email me back. Imagine that tenfold when it comes to Zoom or just like meeting up with like students. Like, now they don't have an excuse because they're at home. So just kind of help them out. But they are like, so most of them probably have families, so definitely like respect that time. Don't be hitting them up at 10 p.m. because you forgot to turn in a paper. That's your fault. Okay. Accountability. Another positive is that there are a lot of resources, events that you can hop onto virtually. So like how you like hear about an event and you'd be like, oh man, I gotta commit to it. I gotta stay after. I gotta do it. No, dude, like you can literally just hop onto Zoom, check it out for a few minutes, and if you're not feeling it, hop off. That's easy. You know what I mean? That's 100% easy, and it gets you a chance to explore something that you may not even have known about.
MBSA is holding virtual events as well.
There you go. So if you're feeling the MBSA and their events, hop on. If you like, watch it for a few seconds or a few minutes, and you're like, okay, this is cool, and then you want to hop off because you got work or something like that, hop off. That's totally fine. We're good. You know what I mean? So definitely that's a clutch positive for sure. And then finally, you are saving on gas and money on the RTD by just sitting at home doing your classes there. You know what I mean? Definitely, it's helping. Hopefully improve this air quality that we have in Denver, Colorado.
Oh gosh.
But like saving on gas is going to save you money, which is going to save you, some good in the end. I don't know, like treat yourself. At the end of the week, all the money that you saved on gas, treat yourself. Get you some Starbucks, some Jamba Juice, some boba tea. Ooh.
Yo,
Hungry.
boba tea though. Okay.
All right, Aja, let's hear them cons.
Okay, well, I do have one more plus to add, actually, is
Okay.
that you don't necessarily have to get ready like you used to go to campus. So you could do that presentation from your bed, but you couldn't do that presentation from your bed before. So
like your
even
hair
some
can be wet and you'll still be rocking it, dude.
well, no, like some of my classes aren't even requiring you to have your camera on, and I'm like, this is incredible. I can
Oh
just
my
do whatever I
God.
want. Wow.
You're like whipping up like breakfast. You're like, oh, this is good content right here. Like,
Pretty much.
there you
Okay.
go.
Con time, I guess. First and foremost, Zoom fatigue. Zoom fatigue. Sitting in front of a computer, just looking at squares all day. Are you kidding me? I used to interact with people. I used to have conversations. And now I'm just sitting here. Yes, Zoom fatigue is absolutely the one that I want to mention first, but it's just leads into just getting exhausted all the time. Because, like I said, you're sitting in front of a screen, and instead of the usual hustle and bustle you would experience on campus, you're stationary, going from class to class, but not moving anywhere and not having any time to go and grab something from the Tivoli and then go to your class or something. You know, you just don't have that same routine that you're used to. So it's much easier to get tired and exhausted of the same thing of just sitting in a chair staring at a computer all day. Um, I'd have to say that the next one would be just missing hanging out with people. Like I mentioned before, I'm a very outgoing, yeah, I'm a very outgoing person. And I was in a very amazing work environment on campus. CII, shout out to them. Um, but, you know, not being able to hang out with the people that I would usually see, or I've noticed that a lot of people haven't necessarily been checking in as much during quarantine and things like that. So definitely just feeling more disconnected from people, or just missing being in the presence of other human beings that aren't 6 feet away from you, who aren't your roommates, you know, like people
True.
you live with. Like
Yeah.
I see y'all all the time. Like I'm cool with y'all, but this person that I haven't seen in 6 months though. um, and then, like I said before, just sitting in one place, not getting the hustle and bustle. Um, I would have to say after that would just be looking at the screen all day. I wear these blue light glasses because I can't handle just staring at the computer for long periods of time. I have vision issues. It's called exotropia. It's a thing I've had since I was a kid. But my eyes aren't able to focus on things the right way, so I have to consciously bring my eyes into focus to be able to like read text or something on a screen. So doing that for 6 to 8 hours in front of a computer,
Oof.
yeah, it's not fun. It's really not fun. But it's, you know, it's what I gotta do now. I'd rather be doing this than getting COVID if I was on campus. I'm just saying.
Very, very true. I will 100%. That's like the biggest positive that we could take from this. That
There's
even
my
though,
positive.
yeah, even though we're still going through it, you know, definitely like the university is still trying to do their best to make sure everybody's safe, and making sure that, you know, they're finishing up their academic goals and like doing all this stuff. You know what I mean? Also, shout out to the guy who made blue light sunglasses.
Yes.
Whoever made that is making bank right now. You know what I mean? Like, oh,
If they got it patented the right way, because if they didn't, then that's tough luck. I don't know what to tell you. You missed out on that opportunity.
there you go. But I did want to talk about, you know, just kind of like the anxiety of new students coming in, especially first generation students. I know for myself, I, you know, did my undergrad, God, 4 years ago. Oh my goodness. Whew. Nope, never mind. I'm forgetting that. But
No,
I knew.
remember, Ray. Remember.
I knew when I did my undergrad 4 years ago. You know, I didn't know anything. I literally was like, you know, working with my mother to figure out FAFSA and like how to apply and doing all this. And like, you know, it was a struggle for me for sure. And I can only imagine how much it's intensified during this time when it comes to first generation students, especially with like lack of resources, because the discussion has been, you know, the talks of, you know, what if a student just doesn't have like the resource of having a laptop or a functioning web camera or a microphone. You know,
Stable
these
internet.
are stable internet, you know, like these are things that like we didn't really think about until, you know, COVID really happened, where we're like, oh man, we actually really needed a microphone to actually have these conversations, you know, or like, oh wow, like I really need to upgrade my like, you know, camera, or oh, I need a ring light so I can show my, you know what I mean? Like we never thought about these things beforehand, you know what I mean? And so like definitely, you know, that could be an issue. Fear going through it alone, like definitely, you know, as a first generation student, like I feel I totally relate to that. Definitely like, because I didn't really understand half the processes of like orientation or admission or anything like that. I just told my mom, like, hey mom, I think we're going in the right direction. Let's keep going, you know? And we just rolled with it, you know what I mean? And especially during this time, there's just like this fear of like lack of communication or no communication at all. So you're just kind of like going in the dark with it. So I can totally see that like as a fear. The need to stop school altogether. Like I know that there have been many of times that I was like, do I really need to do this? Like, do I really need to engage myself into class right now? Or like, do I really need to go to school at all? Because of the like financial burden that caused like me and my mom and like my family in general.
Yeah.
And I can like, again, like this is stuff that I know is intensified during this time. And like, it's just a super difficult time. So like, I guess like my final thought would be, we're here for you, you know, like MBSA, the university, literally, you know, our whole community is here for you. There is like the Loving Links Fund, which provides funds so that you can get your webcam, your hotspot, your, you know, computer if you need it as emergencies. Like it's a simple form you can fill out.
There's
There's
the
like
CARES Act too.
CARES
They just
Act.
put out the CARES Act for technology.
Yeah, CARES Act for technology. You know, you can help it fill it out. The virtual front desk, if you have any questions on your classes or stuff like that. Census date, you know, if you are taking a class on like biomedical engineering robots and you are a liberal arts major, maybe you shouldn't be taking that class. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it's not the one, you know what I mean? And so you can totally drop it without getting charged before census date, which not many people know about. But definitely, like, you know, we're here for you. Like, you know, we're not throwing out these social medias for nothing. Like, we want to hear from you. If you have any questions, anything that y'all need, anything that, you know, like, even if it doesn't need to be like a tool or a fund, like if it's like words of encouragement, we got you. Like, we'll push you through so that you can make your goals happen. Because we know that like this is more than just you. This is your family you're thinking about. This is like, you know, your potential futures, your goal, like your dreams, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot that's riding on this, and we're not going to have COVID stop your dreams. We're going to push through it and we're going to help it together. So yeah, I think with that, that's the end of this episode. You know,
I did want to talk about next episode though.
go ahead.
Alrighty. So next episode, we're going to be talking about how your parents met. So basically just going through, you know, we come from a mixed background. How did those cultural dynamics interlink with each other? What went down? What led to a relationship? What was a difficulty they experienced? That kind of thing. So tune in if you want to hear the conception of the cultural dynamics merging.
That's a good title, I guess. Yeah, for sure. Spoiler alert, they made me. So, but yes, we'll be doing that next week. But thank you for joining us on another episode of What Are You?